my dad, as you guys know, he's struggled with all these surgeries.
Yep.
He's been weaning himself off his painkillers. And I'm like, Dad, that's not safe. Like, I was worried. And he's like, yeah, I haven't been on painkillers for 2 weeks. I'm like, like, I was concerned. I called my mom.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, because what we were told, it was supposed to be like a year process or up to 2 years to fully get him off pain meds. Well, something had happened last time we went to the hospital. He brought his pain meds with him. I don't know the full story because obviously I wasn't there. My mom was just like, we don't know. Like, and so he had brought all of his pain meds with him because sometimes when he goes to the hospital, they don't keep him on his regular pain meds, and then it makes it worse.
Right.
They're gone. His month's supply of pain meds were all gone. And so whether he lost them or they were stolen or I don't know, you know what I mean? And my mom wasn't saying either because she's like, we don't know. We don't know what happened. And so instead he was just like, all right, this is my world. I need to deal with this. And I was like, oh my gosh. But it was just a reminder that we as humans are impressive with what we can do when we choose to have the proper mindset. And I was just impressed that this is what my dad was doing. He goes, I've got to work through this. He goes, now if it's unbearable, I can go back to being on pain meds, you know. And so anyways, it was just crazy. And then all of a sudden this lady's asked me about pain meds, and I was like, hey, to me, most of the time medication is the easy button.
Yeah.
And I don't want to diminish anybody that is medicated or has to be medicated.
Yeah.
I 100% know that is something that is necessary. 100, and I promise you, I am not diminishing it. My concern is how quickly people will just choose to be medicated instead of changing up their diet, changing up their sleep, changing up their physical activities, learning to emotionally detach. And you know what I mean? And so that's what her and I were able to talk about. And then it turned into something on the lunch break where she was like, you know, diving deeper into it. And it was just a really good conversation as we kind of like pulled the thread on it. And she was like, no, yep. And so I kept pushing her back to like, hey, faith and physical, like faith and physical activities. Like those are things that have always helped me. And I know they help a lot of people. But then I also told her, I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, because hers was like with anxiety. And she's like, it's just every time I go to the doctor's, I have to take my husband to the doctor's office. She was like, I have physical effects where my arms go numb. I can't breathe. And I'm like, what happened at the doctor's? She's like, well, nothing. And I'm like, so there's never been a bad experience at the doctor's? She goes, no. I was like, so she's like, well, they've just like, they found stuff. I'm like, so that's a good thing, right?